Lester, 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 how are you this fine week? Are you ready for episode 8? Good. What's that? Oh, yes, the pretzels. Yes, the rain check. Tell us what happened. Yes, you were given the rain check. You went back to the grocery store, and they had the pretzels. What did you do then? You bought the pretzels. I suppose we could start the show with this.
What the hell is this?
I speak jive.
Will you stop?
As God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly.
They think they got the answers. I change the questions.
You don't like it? We don't care.
What a dumb thing to do. I bet you wouldn't have done anything like this if Mom and Dad were here.
It is a beautiful day in the industrial plaza I work at. A beautiful day in the industrial plaza I work at. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my viewer? That's like when Mr. Rogers put on the sweater. Hey everybody, this isn't even close to looking correct. So we're gonna try it again. Do I stop the camera? No way, Jose Estrada. That's a preliminary wrestler for the wrestling fans here in attendance. Let's try this again. Okay, that's looking a bit better. It's Colin from Canada, we're keeping it. It's the welcome, it's Colin from Canada's Good Junk. It's episode 8. Hello everybody, the pen, we're not clicking. The poster of the week is, of course, Kurt Cobain, lead singer of the greatest band in the history of the world, Nirvana. Going forward, I rock that line a lot on the show. Going forward with, I got something in my eye. We're not stopping because this just adds to the ambiance. Yes, going, it went in my mouth. Going forward, as the posters of the week appear, a lot of them, 80% possibly, will be Nirvana related or Kurt Cobain related. So let's enjoy this one, and that's all I have to say about that. F Gump. Forrest Gump, not F Gump. I'll shut it right now. We have Battletoads as portrayed on Abbey Road. I don't know the connection between Battletoads and the Beatles. One of my poker players got me this shirt. I have limited t-shirts that still fit me after the COVID weight gain. So it's Battletoads today. Welcome everyone. No slouching. We are jazzed. Lester. Yeah, what? No, I didn't get you a coffee. I never knew you drank coffee. How do you take it? No. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. Folks, come with me. 2.5 milk. Half. 2 or 3. Half. Are you with me? Lester, it's 2 or 3, there's no half. Let's get real, people. Upon playback, we've already captured a nose grab on the welcome, but we're gonna push forward, maybe a little bit of a longer welcome and have a little chitty chat with you guys. We have a new segment this week on the program, Nothing Leaves. Motto of the episode, still on the back burner, but we've added a new segment to the program. We're gonna get to that later. Oh, come on now. This is the thing I've been starting to forget, and I've had to crowbar it into the edit. So let's get it correct. Uninjured again. That's 2 weeks in a row. You want me to tell you a great story about Diet Coke? This is how much I love Diet Coke. When I buy a 2-liter bottle or the cans or anything, the expiry date must be 4 months ahead or I taste the difference. Yeah, that's real. And so am I. And so is this. Let's get started, folks. It's Colin from Canada's Good Junk, episode 8, and it begins now.
How much would you drink a day?
Well, what day?
Hello, guys. I have filmed one segment, The Welcome, and I've realized, excuse me, How dare I keep that in and not edit it out? It's boiling hot in here like we covered last week, and I can't do the toque, the sweat, it's gonna be too much. But guys, not too much of a glare. The hair has been done yesterday. So let's go. First things first, the newest segment here on the program, not the newest one because there's one you don't know about, but other than the one you don't know about, this is the newest segment here. It's VHS of the week, and this week I have a doozy. Just went into the video room and grabbed off the pile. It's that easy. I mean, I can only imagine how many episodes we could go if I did one VHS a week. We might maybe do a couple. That might be an idea. I'm just thinking about that. Okay, make a note of that, Colin. Okay? Couple, maybe. But this week, this is just awesome. This is Hunks with Hats, featuring Garth Brooks, Clint Black, Alan Jackson, on and off stage with the men of country music. I will read the back, I know you want me to. How they feel when they sing their greatest hits. That is the first thing they've written. How they feel when they sing their greatest hits. Hunks with Hats, from the Country Music Video Magazine. 3 of the top men of country music express their innermost feelings about their music, lives, families, and fans. Country Music Association Entertainer of the Year Garth Brooks reminisces about his very first gig and shows how if tomorrow never comes and the dance satisfy his goal to write songs about real life and real feelings. Alan Jackson takes you for a ride in his classic Chevy, talking about his love for cars and traditional country music, his first Nashville job, sorting mail at TNN, and his fondest dreams. Here in the real world and working class hero highlight the real Alan Jackson. Visit Clint Black backstage at Universal Studios Hollywood, where he recalls his early days playing in hundreds of Texas bars and the real stories behind the hits Killin' Time and A Better Man. You won't be surprised to see why Clint considers himself a romantic. Oh, can't wait! I can wait. Don't miss Best of Country Live Country. Oh, these are the other cassettes in the line. Don't miss Best of Country Live, Country's First Ladies, Country's Cutting Edge. This runs for 30 minutes, and it was made in 1992. Hunks with Hats. That's this week's VHS of the week.
I bought 6 Busch Light, 6 Bud Light, and I love them, tall boys.
Guys, welcome. It's day 2 of filming Colin from Canada's Good Junk episode 8, and I don't know if you can tell by my voice, but in between yesterday and today, I have developed a severe strep throat. It hurts to swallow, it hurts to cough, I got the phlegm buildup. You just want to go to bed, but you can't. Because there are thousands and thousands of you awaiting the drop of this particular episode. Is it the highlight of your week? You're goddamn right it is. How about a whispering promo? Oh, yeah, I think so. Will the audio pick up the whispering? Because I don't want to use my real voice, because it will murder this throat. Folks, it's time for show and tell. We got a new challenger. We got a champion on the ropes. Let's get to it. I turned to my right, and I noticed that the current voting is 10 votes for the Rod Serling framed autograph and only 7 for our champion, the Delta Force pizza hat. It is still close. Delta Force can still pull away. There's probably another 24 hours before I post this episode. I am filming. This is, like I said, or did I say? Didn't say it yet, on one of the other things I said. It's Wednesday, March 26th at 1:28 p.m. and our champion is in danger. I'm not sure if you guys noticed, but we received a special message from Gorilla Monsoon, and I posted that in the posts. One of my viewers was giving a suggestion, which I like, and I'm going to do now. Sometimes people maybe might not be able to find the poll. you go to my channel and it's videos, come on, Colin, shorts and posts. Any messages or any polls are in posts for those that aren't YouTube creators or, behind the scene guys that actually make videos. It's time to get to the challenger before I keep babbling endlessly. Whoever wins between the Delta Force Pizza hat and the Rod Serling photo and authenticated autograph will take on one Arnold Horshack, also known as his given name, Ron Palillo. That is very fun to say. It's a Mattel Welcome Back Kotter Horshack, and for the toy collectors out there, unpunched. I know the lingo. Unpunched, my friend. I believe, I know where I got this. Every year my girlfriend and my dad go camping, and that's gonna be a hell of an episode. I don't know how I'm gonna pull that off. But in town, there was a comic book store, and this was only $40. And again, it's from 1976, so it's not gonna be pristine mint, but it's not too bad. It's not too bad, and unpunched. There's a crease there, but the bubble is tight. I think that's what they say. So guys, this is your challenger. Be it Delta Force Pizza or Rod Serling, this is the challenger. I'll try to do it. Ooh, 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 Mr. Kate, Mr. Kate. Okay. That took a lot, but for you guys, I'm gonna do it. Before we end the show and tell segment for this week, I'd like to look back, because if this is Delta Force Pizza Hat's last reign as your champion, I'd like to look back at the title defenses, if I may. First off, the bacon onesie, easily handled. The Larry mug was no challenge whatsoever. Mil Mascaris, that was the closest battle. That almost went to a time limit. But Delta Force Pizza was victorious. Prestige Worldwide Boats and Hose flag did not stand a chance. And the biggest one-sided beating was the huge fur hat last week. So if this is in fact the end of the line for you, Delta Force Pizza, I tip my hat to you. It's been a good run. 5 title defenses. You guys know what to do. Vote now. And will a new champion be crowned? This has been Show and Tell.
Regular day, I don't know, maybe a couple beers, depends. Weekends, maybe, 5 beers.
Lester, I have the energy of a slab of granite. So I still have the intro to the bloopers, the intro to Ray, the intro to Cheryl, the intro to camera roll, and the intro to thrift to film, and the goodbye. So what intro do you want to do here? Ray? Okay, let's do Ray.
Mr. Cartwright, I have a couple of questions to ask you. Mr. Carr, you remember when you voted, and you can answer this after I sit down.
3 minutes.
Your time is up.
Well, I want to ask these questions.
Your time is up.
Well, no, I'm going to ask these questions.
Out of order, Mr. Lyman.
No, I'm going to ask these questions, Mrs.
Lyman.
Catelli. Well, I'm going to ask these questions.
Please stop.
Mr.
You're out
Cartwright,
of order.
do you remember the
Officer.
5.5, Mr.
Would you please remove him?
The intro to the Deep Cut Deep Dive this week is also a reminder to get out your pens and paper, because I am about to give you a lesson on how to find most every TV show or movie known to man that isn't streaming. I'll give you a moment. It is, in fact, time for the Deep Cut Deep Dive, and it's not a TV show, it's not a movie, it's not a CD, it's not a wrestling match, it's not anything. It's a lesson for you guys. People have asked me, since I've made an appearance on the New 80s Revolution, starring my tag team partner, one half of the MCAN Connection, Jason Knupp, how do I get all my TV shows and my movies? And I feel like I'm in the mafia divulging secrets, and I'm not even sure if I'm supposed to, but I think it's cool as long as you guys do it the right way. There is, and again, for people who already know this, you're going to want to just go right past this. Unless you've never heard of these websites, then stick around. But the process is called torrents. They I believe the best way to describe it would be the technology that survived after Napster and all that stuff kind of went by the wayside. It's how you get files and share files with people around the world. Basically, when the internet came out, I was only interested in, I could see if I could get that TV show that I haven't seen, or that I've never seen any of this wrestling. Maybe I can, tape trading wrestling now became digitally trading wrestling. And that veered into horror movies and anything else, because I'm a huge, sit me in front of a TV and I'm set, right? So I learned about torrents, and I will describe them to you guys as I describe them to my parents. You go to certain websites that specialize in wrestling torrents, TV torrents, horror movie torrents, and I have a website for all of them. We're going to get to that, don't worry. And they host what I describe to my parents as tickets, for lack of a better term, for those that don't know technology, because maybe there are some people who don't know technology out there. Anywho, you download any torrent program. That's the program that lets you bring all of the things you want into your computer. And you simply open up the ticket or the torrent in the program. I hope you guys are following. And so all these websites, they don't host the actual footage. It's on everybody's computer around, and then you know what I'm saying. So there are public torrent websites, very few left now because they're all, and there are private. Privates are the ones with the good stuff, the TV shows, the movies, and the wrestling. So once you download the TV show or whatever you're downloading, you keep it in your program and you keep it active. So you are sharing with others what you've downloaded. So if the movie is 1 gigabyte, you've downloaded 1 gigabyte, but you want to share at least 2 or 3 gigabytes, then your ratio stays positive. You want to get a good ratio. I don't know how else to explain that, but I think you know what I mean. Once you take it, you got to share it. And you'll see on the program that you've shared this much of it. So you know, and also on these websites that you sign up for, it has your ratio and it tells you what you should keep that ratio at. This is all mumbo jumbo, and again, I am nowhere near a computer expert. I know my way around it, but this is all self-taught. I needed this material, and how do I get it? I got to teach myself how to get it. So when I mention a movie, TV show, wrestling, or anything that maybe isn't free on the streaming services, if you guys are able to sign up for these private torrent sites, you can get all this stuff too. Now, I signed up for them long ago, and I actually had to pay to get in. I paid some guy $5, and he invited me to, anyways. So I don't know how many are open to the public or you need an invitation, but all 3 websites I will leave in the description to this video. They cover, I'll do new wrestling, the site for that, old wrestling, the site for that, TV shows, the best site for that. And I'm talking old TV shows, not I need the newest episode of whatever. I'm talking old stuff. And I'm talking the piece de resistance when it comes to torrent websites is the horror movie, or really movie website. This thing is the bee's knees. This is unreal what they have on this website. So I'll leave all that in the description. So when I finally have a deep cut that I can present to you, because I was kind of flaking on what to do this week, you can maybe download it. So again, I hope all that made sense. And again, any questions? There's the email. I will explain all this in maybe finer terms if anybody has any questions. That was this week's deep cut, deep dive into torrenting.
2 drinks a week?
What do you think of that?
Well, that's just not feasible, not in this country.
When we talk about the greats, we talk about Walter Cronkite, Dan Rather. When it comes to newsmen we can trust, Ted Koppel, Tom Brokaw. When it comes to the pronunciation and the ability to follow a teleprompter, or perhaps when the teleprompter goes down, you can ad-lib and run with it, Les Nessman, great newsman. This is an example of how to work wonders on the fly.
A local man spots something suspicious and he decides to spring into action. He has done something that is very good. Port St. Lucie police need to know if you have seen anything of the man who exposed himself to several women and children. They released this composite sketch.
We are crawling towards the finish line for filming today, as I don't want to reiterate 80 million times, but I do feel like absolute dung. It's time for thrift store pickups, and this is the intro to that. And what is the best way to describe my love of thrift store pickups? It's a garage sale that never ends, and everyone loves garage sales. The lighting is quite good today until I realize it's probably the glare off my chrome dome. But we're going with it, guys. It's thrift store pickup, and I turn to my left. No pause to figure out if it was a left or right. I knew that was my left. CDs, let's do it. David Bowie, Diamond Dogs. This is for the channel. I like picking these up. This is Fright Night, Terrifying Movie Themes and Chilling Sounds. This is probably audio that I can use on the channel without not too many people complaining. So we got themes and little Halloween sounds to use. Let's cover up this lovely lady on the front of this one. This is Carte Blanche Volume 1. This is more house music and electronic stuff. I mentioned I don't buy CD singles, and then the very next week I bought another one. Stone Temple Pilots Creep. It's worth more than $1. Stone Temple Pilots is up there with my favorite bands. They get a bad rap. They're a decent group. I don't know why they get a bad rap, but love me some Stone Temple Pilots. Pearl Jam. Another big band for me. This is No Code, easily my favorite Pearl Jam album. I already own it. Already. That's what my girlfriend loves it when I mush up words. I already own it. But it comes with Polaroids, and not all the Polaroids are the same in each CD. I think there's 4 different sets of Polaroids. My original album is falling apart. This one is not, and it was also $1. So, picked it up. Moving on. The one game I got, I believe this is the only game I got, Uno, Ultimate, but Marvel characters. Kind of cool. You have I believe each character does a different Uno move, so that makes Uno a lot more interesting because it is a bit of a bland game. Okay, I mean, it's nice, but you know what I'm saying. Uno guys, don't be coming at me. Don't be sending the hate mail. No, it actually isn't the only game. We have another one. Hostage, the board game. There you go. Pretty nifty. Car air freshener, Jelly Belly, Mojito. I'm not sure what I feel about Mojito, but the girlfriend threw it in the cart. Is she telling me my car stinks? T-shirt. This is self-explanatory. Let's read it together. It's a takeoff on the Wheaties box. The breakfast of U.S. government. Treaties. Have you honored yours today? Yep. Movies. Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, Blu-ray. Thank you. PS4 game Middle-earth Shadow of War. Watch the glare. Again, we're back to what we love, you guys. You know these, the 5 movie collection. Ed McBain's 87th Precinct, Ice. The Sweeper, A Father's Revenge, Evasive Action, and The Spy Killer. You want a 5-pack? Let's do a 10-pack. Driven to Kill by our boy, Steven Seagal. I think that's been airbrushed. But if Dracula is ever remade for the 18th millionth time, he's ready. But he won't take his jacket off. He'll keep the Dracula cloak on because of, much like me, the COVID weight gain. Steven, I'm with you, buddy. But that Widow's Peak, you're ready for lights, camera, action. Driven to Kill, starring Steven Seagal. Road of No Return. The Legend of Red Dragon. Tunnel Vision. Prey of the Jaguar. Logan's War. Bound by Honor. The President's Man, A Line in the Sand. Ooh, Chuck Norris. Yeah, bud. Chuck Norris is in both those. Chaos Factor and CIA 2 Target Alexa. How can I help you? VHS. We've talked about the VHS and how I go for the best quality of the movie, but I don't think I'm going to find Dancing Granny's new mature fitness trim and tone in any format but VHS. Yes, I could download it from the internet, but we stick to the VHS when it comes to Dancing Granny's mature fitness trim and tone. Should we read a bit of this? I think we should. For the Dancing Granny, now, I believe there's a series of these because I know I have another copy of Dancing Grannies, which I'll try to fish out for later episodes. I continue. Dancing Grannies Mature Fitness Trim and Tone. For the Dancing Grannies, exercise is the best thing we can do for ourselves. It makes us feel and look better and younger. This program is a fun, easy way to feel great while trimming and toning from top to bottom, especially our stomach and arms. As we get older, certain parts of our bodies change in ways we may not like. We'll pay extra attention to those. We'll help you trim down, build muscle, and strengthen bones. Within a few weeks, you'll be feeling stronger and more vital. Others will notice the change in you too. For beginners and intermediates, come and join us, Beverly. That's the head Dancing Granny. Beverly, here we go. Gemma Giniani. Oh, we need to zoom in and I hope I can nail this. Can someone help me with Beverly's name? Let's get it. Where's the thing? Okay, it's right there. I hope that's in focus. I'm taking a lot of time on this, but this is gold right now. Gemignani. Gemijniani. Idea Foundation certified is the founder of she's the founder. Can't pronounce her name worth a damn, but you guys might help me. She's the founder of Dancing Grannies. Oh, here we go. Here are the other tapes, like I told you about. Be sure to try Beginners, the original, and Active Workout for the intermediate. I believe I have Beginners, the original. We're gonna work on that. We've talked a lot on that. Let's move forward to Edible Wild Plants. Yes. Video field guide to 100 useful wild herbs with, why do all these people have names that I can't pronounce? With Jim Munich. Here we go, guys. I can talk and I can pronounce words. What are we dealing with there? Thank God for Dr. Jim Duke to finish it off. I can pronounce that, but can someone help me with Jim Munich? Nick, foraging tips, proven recipes, berry delicious. That's a play on words. I know about play on words. Berry delicious desserts, herbal teas, folk remedies. This is American Indian, they're trying to say. Amerindian uses. I've never heard it pronounced that. That's a little itch of the nose. That was legit. Wildflower salads. Do you want to see a picture of Jim Munich? There he is. Dude, we're at 7 minutes and I haven't even got through half the thrift store stuff. Let's move forward, guys. But A Sportsman's Guide Swimsuit Edition, Daytona Beach, 1990. It's just pretty ladies in bikinis. And how do you go 35 minutes of that? We're gonna find out when I eventually watch some of these. Gifts for Jason over at the New 80s Revolution. House by the Cemetery on the VHS, as I used to say. Also, Nightmare on Elm Street 5, Dream Child. He's not sure if he has this. Again, this is gripping. But those are heading over to Jason, again, over at the New 80s Revolution. I swear I had this on some format. It's, of course, Savage Justice, but I don't on any format. So we picked that up. 8 minutes. We got to hurry with the rest of this thrift store stuff. Bad President, you know who's on the cover, and you know what this is. It's the quotes, it's the, you know what I'm saying. God, I love him and his quotes. Something for John Riddell, throw up the picture. He does know how to eat ribs. Unsolved Mysteries of World War II, did not pay $7. I paid $1 for it. Another nifty gifty for the Finster over at the New 80s Revolution. It's Smarties. I had this when I was a kid. It's a piggy bank. So in there were bite-sized Smarties. This is from, God, I want to say 35 years ago. And Colin, don't you want one for yourself? Yes, I do. So one for Colin and one for the Finster. And we didn't leave out Liam. We have a little 11 Funko Pop Stranger Things. I've hit everything and rambled, but I thought it was really funny. Even I laughed. Thrift store pickups, that was that.
Well, come on, man. 2 drinks a week. What's that going to do for you? I mean, that doesn't even get you through a day.
Lester, there hasn't been a lot of banter between you and I this episode, so let's have a chitty chat while we introduce the next segment. Yes, it is your wife. It is the lovely Cheryl. And Lester, I've heard the scuttlebutt on the streets, and she is quite possibly one of the stars, if not, well, let's not get ahead of ourselves, But another major star of the program is your wife, Cheryl. Let's see what that crazy lady's gotten up to this week, shall we?
You ever have those names that you don't say in open court? And you know what's a kicker here? Jeff Kirkpatrick was my attorney, and I don't mean a public pretender. He was my bought and paid for attorney. We have an anniversary coming, don't we? You ought to know what it is. It's December 17th, when everything happened to my father-in-law. And we're not going to talk about that, because that bothers me. But you guys caused the death of somebody you should have never... Oh, hey, wait a minute. I got marbles here.
Colin from Canada's Camera Roll provides an insight to humor unparalleled. I'm not going to say this is my favorite segment of the week because I do that every week. I refuse to say it. It's time to go through the camera roll. Take my hand and walk with me, people. Photo number 1. Used to have a chiropractor. Won't go into what happened to him, but I was asked to put on the proverbial, gown, but I wasn't supposed to take my pants off. The girlfriend was ready with the camera phone, and she snapped that beauty, which she still laughs at today. Hopefully you're laughing as well. Number 2, I like the lookalikes, although no one ever agrees with my lookalike people. This is from No Frills, which is a Canadian grocery store chain here in the mighty Great White North. Can we zoom in on this gentleman pushing the yellow cart, and is that not Freddy Krueger himself, Robert Englund? Yes. Photo number 3. I was giving blood. I have the blurb over here. You're going to see it right there. I was giving blood, and this was staring at me the entire time. Unexpected movement may put you and our employees at risk. Please remain still until the technician verbally tells you the procedure is over. Thank you for helping us put safety first. Life Labs. I was looking for an interpretive dance, perhaps, to let me know that my blood giving is over with. Perhaps a crip walk, and then take out the needle, the blood's good. You never know, but verbally will do. Photo number 4, keep a track of it here, Colin. There's a mainstay here in my community, and those who live in the Mississauga Credit Woodlands area will know about Henry's Fish and Chips. It is a delicious fish and chip restaurant that has been in the neighborhood for years. This is a man urinating outside in broad daylight, probably 1 in the afternoon, just urinating outside. And I took the picture because it needs to be saved for all eternity. Now, finally, this is picture number 5. I am very much aware of how most things in this world are pieces of shit. Just unbelievable pieces of shit. I apologize for the language, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Sometimes I will go so far as to write a review on the product or restaurant's page, whatever it may be, to let them know how I feel. Do I think anyone is reading this? Do I think anyone is getting this? Do I think this will satisfy my need for the company, the product's demise? No, but I must do it because in the moment of rage, no one understands let me go forward here. It is the Proline betting app. For those who don't live in Canada, Proline is our sports lottery. Before internet sports gambling was legal in Canada, you could bet through the Ontario Lottery and Gaming Corporation and all the way across Canada. That's not you know what I'm saying. Anywho, when internet sports gambling became legal, Proline just merged with that so you could do it at your lottery retailer and you could do it online. You get what I'm saying. Far too long an intro. The app that they use to make out your ticket and play in store is a steaming pile of shit. So I have taken it upon myself to write a review. And if you go to the Apple iStore, that's not what it's called, the App Store in your Apple iPhone, this is the review that still lives on that very page. May I begin? The English language does not contain enough words to fully express my rage. Simple as this: whomever is in charge of this app should not have a job. I have a more enjoyable time cleaning, at the same time smelling the feces stuck to the anus of my 12-year-old Pomeranian than using this app. In a dream that only I can dream, I dream that you advertise this wondrous app only using the reviews left on this page. Only the sight of a double rainbow could be better. Wait, no. Nothing would be more incredible than seeing these amazingly negative reviews advertised for the children of this world to enjoy. For the children are the future. Maybe a child now, aged 2 to 3, picking his or her nose and inserting the contents into their mouth can one day grow up and do a better job with this app. A man can dream, Colin Riddell. I thank you. I don't thank the Proline people, but I thank you for sticking around for, let's go through my camera roll.
A reasonable amount. If you're at home, you'll be able to have like 4 beer. That's just 2 more. I mean, I'll have 6, but 4 is a fair number.
Some saddening news. The clip of the week is slowly dying. Let me explain. I will eventually run out of clips from my phone of me and whatever. I think we're at that point right now. And I don't want to just pull any old, I've already seen that, Colin. Anything I show, I'd like to think maybe you haven't seen it on 8 million other videos. So I truly do the deep cuts when it comes to clips as well as everything, really, to bring you stuff that maybe you don't know about or you haven't seen. So we're going to have to pivot in moving forward with the clip of the week. Anyways, this is this week's clip of the week, and this is, well, you'll see. And yes, that's a Fabio shirt I'm wearing.
I kicks the flavor like Stephen King writes horror. If I was a Jew, then I'd light on menorah. I got rhymes for ya. Excuse me, senora. Are you a horror? Are you a lady? Is it Erica Boyer or Marsha Brady? Let me know, hun. The deed'll get done.
Guys, light the fire and nestle up to someone's bosom that you love. No photos, no videos. It's a story time with John Riddell, legend. Welcome to John Riddell, legend. There will be no photo, there will be no video. It will just be an awesome story from his son, Colin from Canada. My father worked in insurance from age 16 to, without hesitation, his late 70s. Retired, unretired. He loved it. And during that time, the magic of the internet came into play, and emails. I won't hazard a guess how old he was, but he was not a young whippersnapper like us learning the internet. And it was a room, and I'm assuming they took 15 employees who wanted help learning this new thing called the internet and emails and whatnot, and they had them in the room, and they were doing not activities, but assignments. Okay, I'd like you to create a, Excel spreadsheet or whatever, and it got to emails. And they were all connected in the room in a program. So my dad could talk to the guy across the room, and it was like probably 10 people at 10 computers. My dad was assigned, everybody was assigned, write an email. Let's see if you can do an email. So my dad, again, we talked about it, loves fishing, decided to invite the people in the room on a fishing trip. And that fishing trip would take place at 5 in the morning, nice and early, got to get to the fish early, and would end whenever, and just a little fake invitation to this mythical, non-existent fishing trip that my dad was going to hold. Somehow, my dad got into the company directory outside the 10, excuse me, outside the 10 computers in the room to the main contact list for the company, and it was a big insurance company. So you know where this is going. My dad's invitation to the non-existent 5 a.m. fishing trip was not sent to the 10 people in the room. It was sent all across Canada to, I would love to know the number, because there's no way my dad knows, because there's just no way. But I hope it was in the hundreds. I hope it was in the hundreds. But I do know, weeks later, my dad was still getting responses of people in Calgary, which is on the other side of Canada, who they were, thank you for the invite, John, but I'm sorry, I can't make your fishing trip. That is, if that's not John Riddell legend, my friends, I don't know what is. That is awesome. And I hope you enjoyed. I could leave this also for another John Riddell legend segment, but I will say it now because we're talking about technology. Very late in Johnny's insurance career, he was assigned a BlackBerry. Excuse me. And on the back of the BlackBerry, it said Kintore. Kintore is a small village in Scotland where he spent most of his life growing up. That was his password to the BlackBerry. So I don't think I ever saw him use it. As the weeks went on, the back of the BlackBerry turned into scratch out Kintore, Kintore 1, scratch out Kintore 1, Kintore 2, scratch out Kintore 2. I think he got to Kintore 17, and it was just, and that was his password. Top-notch security for John Riddell, folks. I just wanted to add that on to that. That was John Riddell, legend.
But there shouldn't even be guidelines anyway. Why are you going to tell me how much I can drink at home?
Well, I guess the idea is, would you be concerned that you're at a higher health risk if you're drinking too much?
No!
A few episodes ago, I mentioned how I'd like to incorporate more wrestling in the program here at Colin from Canada's Good Junk, and I think this is a good way to do it. Guys, I know you've been patiently waiting for the new segment. Well, it is that time. It is my pleasure to announce the newest segment joining all the other segments, complete with bumpers, here at Colin from Canada's Good Junk. The new segment is entitled, I'm coming up with the title as I'm saying this, Colin from Canada's Good Junk presents Colin from Canada reads one Gorilla Monsoon quote. For those who have no idea who Gorilla Monsoon is, He is a former wrestler turned wrestling announcer, play-by-play man, and all-around good guy. Real name Gino Morella. Each week, I will read one and one only quote from the great Gorilla Monsoon. Let us begin with our inaugural, I'm saying that correctly, Gorilla Monsoon quote of the week. He doesn't have $20 worth of clothing on, including the watch.
The main point here is, why are they telling me what I can drink at home? What, can I have 2 liters of pop? Can I have 2 liters of pop?
My favorite introduction is the introduction to bloopers, because I can literally say anything. I've only filmed this is hit record number 2 on the welcome. Remember it, I've only filmed God. We move forward. People, let's get to it. Of joining all of our friends here at, let me wait no longer. Be waiting for some of the greats in our business. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to get through this segment if it kills me. If you only knew how many times I've started and stopped this, tripping over the word special. Monsoon sent in a special. For those of you, Gorilla Monsoon sent in a special. I should have had this ready. Who comes out victorious? I feel like grim death right now, but I'm crazy. If I went any lower, I could do a little Barry White for those who want to light a candle. Anyways, actually the isn't bacon onesie, not bacon onesie. It is that time here again. Just stops again. Let you know what's going down. A lot of uhs, some ums, but the I feel is more of a cadence.
Well, what's more healthy, 4 beers or 2 liters of Coca-Cola? Do the math.
I stare because I care. I stare off into nothingness, actually the floor, because I care. I slouch because I care. Did technology let me down? Perhaps some may say yes. Who would have thought that a privately owned payphone in this day and age would not be successful? Did I underestimate the amount of people who own a mobile cellular phone? Perhaps. Will I give up on technology? Nope. But have I veered another direction? Yes. Folks, they get a bad rap. They get a really bad rap. You already know what I'm about to say. Personal injury lawyers. They get a bad rap. I know they do. Ambulance chasers, not my man. Not my man here. You just wait. Never in the history of personal injury lawyers has a man produced, narrated a more concise and clearer television commercial than what you are about to view. No tears this week. Strong front put forward as we move ahead with our newest sponsor here at Colin from Canada's Good Junk.
We've seen a series of one-car accidents recently involving rollovers and serious injuries to passengers. I don't know if it's video games or what, but it's so unfair to, after something like this, to blame people in the backseat or say they deserved it. I don't like consoling these parents about what's happened, but I'll do it until it stops. Will you please stop? I'm Scott Hoy.
Guys, it is official. I have dragged this dead horse across the finish line. We are here. It's time for the goodbyes, everybody. Always in the door, thank you very much for tuning in to another fun-filled episode of Colin from Canada's Good Junk, episode number 8, half of which I was under the weather severely and still am, but pressing forward. Thank you guys for tuning in, for viewing, for laughing, for coming along with me on this wild ride of tomfoolery and nonsense. You know, I was beginning to get a little, not obsessed, but looking at the subscribers, looking at the view numbers, and for someone who has just started their YouTube channel, myself and anybody watching who has just started their YouTube channel or has a YouTube channel that doesn't have millions of subscribers or even thousands, you don't need it, okay? You're doing this for the love of it, or you should be. And as long as the view numbers are moving, as long as you have one subscriber, someone's watching, and you're entertaining someone, okay? So keep that in mind, both Colin from Canada and anyone else who is starting or has a YouTube channel and they're obsessing over numbers. Don't do it. Just keep doing what you're doing and enjoying it. Don't think of, you know, keywords. I mean, look at me. Excuse me. What keywords am I going to put into my titles to get people to watch my show? What would you even call this? You know, it's not like I cut down trees and I can put, you know, the type of saw or whatever in the title, and then whoever likes those saws, I can only imagine the algorithm that I am on. Who on earth is looking up Colin from Canada or Good Junk? Who's going to YouTube and just Good Junk? What's Good Junk? Anyways, so don't worry about that nonsense. They'll find you. And the only thing I'll say, and the only thing I've said is, if you get it and you know what I'm doing and you know a friend that gets it, then, you know, tell them. Another quick story before I go. I was at the thrift store, and I was in the VA. I take off on my girlfriend. I kind of leave her for dead, and I probably shouldn't. I know I shouldn't, but I'm just too excited. So she's in the knickknacks, and I'm already, right to the media. Anyways, I was in the VHS, and there were 2 other guys my age who were doing the nerd talk. And they were doing I don't know who wouldn't put Ghostbusters in their top 5 of, I got you. But I just wanted to say 3 O'Clock High, Can't Buy Me Love, Big Shots. I'll give you a bunch before, almost went to the nose at the end there. I'll give you a bunch before I get to Ghostbusters. Don't get me wrong. Ghostbusters is great. Back to the Future is great. But I think you know on this channel, we dig a little deeper. And those are the people that would enjoy this, whatever the hell this is. Okay, I hope that made sense. I wasn't making fun of the nerdies that I was standing next to talking about Ghostbusters and Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2 is the far superior. I wasn't making fun of them, although I did do that voice. But you know what I'm saying. I want deeper than that, okay? And those of you that dig deeper, I'm going way too far with this. Those that dig deeper are enjoying digging deeper with me. I'm really sick right now. I'm gonna shut up. But you know. Yes, no, you do? Goddamn right you do. The pepperettes are a firm $12. There is no, really dramatic, haggling. Die Paperrates seien steifig $12 ein Aufdinger.